What's up, you guys? Welcome back again to the Crest of Courage card game channel. It has been a minute, but I'm back to share with you guys my deck profile for Ancientgreymon or Red Hybrid, whatever you want to call it. So without further ado, let's check it out. Starting off with our eggs, we do have 4 of the Koromon, which is pretty much just the best generic red egg right now. Just says, when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, draw 1, your turn once per turn. So, that's going to happen a lot, hopefully. So it gets us some extra draw power, and we do need a 5th egg in this deck. There's a lot of reasons why, which we'll get to later. But the 5th egg I'm going to be running is, of course, just the Yokomon that we used to use in this deck, which is the on deletion. If you have Red Tamer in play, draw 1. Again, we are probably getting deleted a good amount of the time, so gets us that extra draw power as well. So that is it for the eggs. Let's move on to the level 3s. All right, for our level 3s, the main ones here, we got 4 of the BT18 Flamemon. And he just got the on-play effect to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with the Hybrid or 10 Warriors trait, and 1 Tamer card with inherited effects among them to your hand, return the rest to the bottom of your deck. So, of course, that's our main searcher, and has this awesome on-deletion effect to play a Tamer with inherited effects from your hand without paying the cost. So, yeah, pretty much just simply our main searcher. And then our second searcher here, the old BT7 Flamemon. Again, just on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Hybrid in its traits, or Susanoo-mon, or Takuya Kanbara among them to your hand, and place remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. And has the on-deletion effect that you may play 1 Takuya from your hand without paying its memory cost. Again, we really like these on-deletions to play Tamers for free. We are going to make a lot of use out of those. And then I just have 1 of this Flamemon here, simply for the piercing inheritable effect. Nothing really more to it than that. Just want to kind of digivolve it in raising when you get the chance. And, occasionally the piercing can be nice. And then we have 1 of this promo Ukamon, because we can only have 1, and it's just your turn once per turn. When one of your Digimon moves from breeding area to battle area, you can hatch in the breeding area and gain a memory, and of course it sees itself do that. So the memory is pretty nice, even if you don't see this one like right away. It's nice to either see it in the first couple of turns, even sometimes late game, that like 1 extra memory can really help finish a game. And then last but not least, we've got a couple of these BT16 Ukamons for more searching. It does cost 1 to digivolve, however, but your turn once per turn. When one of your Digimon moves from breeding area to battle area, search the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card or 1 Tamer card among them to your hand, return the rest to the bottom of your deck, and then you may hatch in your breeding area. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, this deck is like 48 Digimon and Tamers and like 2 option cards, so that's 99% of the freaking deck that it can search for. Pretty great odds that you're going to get something you need out of that. And so I mean, this one, again, the piercing's nice. It's not super necessary. You could swap it out for like a BT12 Flamemon for a little more draw power, a 3rd of this Ukomon, or something else like a Floodgate or something potentially. But so far it's been pretty decent for me. So let's move on to the level 4s. All right, so we have a bunch of level 4s. This is pretty much like the main bread and butter of the deck, because not only can you digivolve them off the level 3s, but almost all of them can also digivolve off of all of our Tamers. So we have a lot of options there for, how we're going to be digivolving them and everything. And not only that, but a lot of them can also digivolve off of each other, which I'll get to in a moment. Let's start with one of the main ones for the deck here is Agunimon. This is a promo Agunimon. Now, unfortunately, he's the only one here that can only digivolve off of a level 3 red. He can't digivolve off of Tamer. It is kind of annoying. I really wish he could, but that's just how it is. He's just really good, and we need 4 of him anyway, because he's got this 1 attacking effect that says this Digimon may digivolve into an Ancientgreymon in your hand for a memory cost of 2, ignoring its digivolution requirements, and if it does, delete this Digimon at the end of the turn. So you can just entirely skip your level 5 and go straight to your level 6 Ancientgreymon for just a digivolution cost of 2. So yeah, I mean, turn 2, you're already pushing this guy out, swinging, boom, I'm dropping Ancientgreymon on you. That's pretty nasty. But in addition to that, his inherited effect says your turn. When digivolving this Digimon into an Ancientgreymon in your hand, reduce its digivolution cost by 2. So just having it in our sources gets us a cheaper digivolution for our Ancientgreymons. And then moving on to our other Agunimon here, another 4 of. This one digivolves for 3 off of a red or purple level 3. It can also digivolve off of a Takuya for 2 or a Burning Greymon for 1. And it even has the effect that it can digivolve from your hand onto one of your red tamers as if it was a level 3 red Digimon. So, for a cost of 3, you can digivolve it off of any red tamer. It has, when digivolving, if Burning Greymon is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, or you have a blue or green Digimon or tamer, this Digimon may digivolve into Ancientgreymon in the hand for a Digivolution cost of 3, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. And if this effect digivolved, delete the Digimon at the end of the turn. So again, this lets us skip all the way to our Ancientgreymon and just deletes itself at the end of the turn. And this inheritable effect gives us plus 2000 DP. So yeah, this one is really one of the main ones you want to see as well. And it combos nicely with this Burning Greymon. That also digivolves for 3 on a level 3, or on 2 on a Takuya, or 1 on an Agunimon. And again, says this card may digivolve from your hand onto one of your red tamers as if it's a level 3 red Digimon. So a ton of different Digivolution options. Again, this dude has Raid, which is really nice, so we can swing into our opponent's strongest unsuspended Digimon. And it says, when attacking, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the hybrid trait in the hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. So pretty much the combo with this guy is you either digivolve him straight onto a tamer for 2, or you can digivolve him onto the promo Agunimon for 1. You attack with him, whether it be raiding into something or just attacking security. Then you use his when attacking effect to digivolve into our other Agunimon here, again for reducing the cost by 1, so it's for 0. And then use this guy's effect to digivolve us straight into our Ancientgreymon for a cost of 3, regardless of everything. And if you happen to have this guy under all of them, then that's reducing it by 2. So again, it's just a cost of 1. So that's pretty much the combo you want to go for every time if you can. He also has a plus 2k inheritable. So that's immediately a plus 4 already on our like 12 or 13,000 Ancientgreymon. So he's going to be plenty strong enough to wipe through like any and all security. And yeah, it's pretty nice. And then we have a bunch of one-offs here just for, certain situations. We got this other rare Agunimon from BT18. Again, digivolves for 3 on a level 3, or 3 on a red tamer or purple tamer. And digivolves for 2 on Takuya, or 0 on Burning Greymon, which is pretty nice. When digivolving, you can return 1 card with the hybrid or 10 warriors trait, or 1 tamer with inherited effects from your trash to your hand. Again, plus 2k DP inheritable. So this is just here if we really need to add something back to our hand. If we're, really need to get back our Ancientgreymon or something else, you could just add it back to your hand from trash. It's always nice to have that. We have this Burning Greymon, which can actually digivolve for 3 on a level 3 or 1 on a red level 4. So any of our level 4s here, you can just digivolve for 1, even another Burning Greymon or something else. But mainly we just play him for the when digivolving effect that if there's a hybrid or a Takuya in its Digivolution cards, you can delete one of your opponent's 4,000 DP or less Digimon. And, just getting rid of a little floodgate or something can be really useful. And I also like having one of this Burning Greymon from BT12. Again, digivolves for 3 on a level 3, or it can digivolve for 2 on a Takuya as part of its effect there, which is mainly what we want to do. We mainly want to digivolve this straight onto a Takuya, because if it's when digivolving effect, to give it plus 2k DP for the turn. It also has that as an inheritable, but when digivolving, it gives itself plus 2k, so it's immediately 8k. If you digivolve it on a Takuya, all the Takuyas give you plus 2k as an inheritable, so that brings him to 10, and then all the Takuyas also have a special effect when you are attacking with 10,000 or more DP, so it just instantly unlocks all those effects. There's one that when you check a security, you gain 2 memory, there's one that gives you plus 1 security check, and there's one that gives you piercing. So you just instantly unlock any of those abilities. So it can be really nice, especially with the extra security check, or the gaining 2 memory back is really useful. So yeah, I just like to kind of toss one of him in here. And last but not least, we have Gigasmon, who is another red hybrid. Digivolves for 3 on a level 3 red or a red tamer. and can also Digivolve on Grumblemon for 1, however we don't have any. But he has On Play, and when Digivolving, one of your Digimon gains Rush for the turn, and also has when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less. He's mainly here for that gaining Rush ability, and I'll explain that more a little later. But essentially, when our Ancientgreymons delete themselves from, these Agunimons, just Digivolving straight to him, we have a lot of ways to bring back a Tamer. So if we bring back the Takuya and Koji duo Tamer, that turn, if we also use some of our effects to bring the memory back to our side, essentially this guy can Digivolve straight on top of the Takuya and Koji and give it self-rush, and then they can also give it end of turn, make an attack against the player. So it's kind of just like getting that extra little rush attack in, kind of like another version of Blitz Omnimon. So yeah, it's just a way to close out the game. I was running this at 2, but I cut it to 1 because I saw it way too often and I used it very rarely, honestly. So personally, I think it's good as a 1 of. I don't really recommend running more than that, but it is nice to have to close out games for sure. And honestly, we only have one level 5, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk about that one really quickly here. We're just running one of the BT18 Aldemon here because it has this awesome effect that when one of your Digimon with a Tamer and its Digivolution cards would Digivolve into this Digimon, you reduce the cost by 2, so it's only a 1 cost to Digivolve. And then when Digivolving, if there's a card with Hybrid in its traits in its Digivolution cards, it gets plus 4,000 for the turn, so he's immediately going to be at least 12,000 by himself. And there's a bunch of 2k inheritables, so he'll probably be a lot more than that. But he also has his own amazing inheritable effect that when this Digimon has Hybrid or 10 Warriors in its traits, it doesn't activate security effects on option cards it checks, which is really, really useful. I've been thinking about bumping this guy up to 2, possibly cutting one of these Burning Greymons or something, but I don't know. 1 of seems fine for now. The cool thing is when this guy attacks, you can also Digivolve into this because it just Digivolves into a Hybrid. So reducing the cost by 1, you could essentially Digivolve into this for free if there's, a Tamer and its Digivolution cards. So that is kind of nice also. But yeah, otherwise, this guy is just kind of, not really necessary because we can already go straight to our level 6s from half of our level 4s. But if you absolutely need to, it is nice to have at least 1 level 5. You can just Digivolve and then, Digivolve straight on top of it if you need to. So that is it for level 4s and 5s. Let's move on to our level 6s. All right, should be no surprise here. We're just running a bunch of Ancientgreymons. Now, I'm personally just running 3 and 3. That's fine for now, although I think I might do 4 and 2. The old Ancientgreymon, we'll take a look at him first. He is really just good for kind of the one-punch combo. You just want to Digivolve straight up to him, with our Agunimon into Burning Greymon into Agunimon combo, and then he gets +1 security attack for each Hybrid in his Digivolution cards. So if you have 4, he's swinging for 5 checks right away. Just blasting through security. He's got 13k DP, so with all the plus 2k inheritables, he's going to be at least a 17k. Pretty nasty. And then you have the on deletion effect to play 1 red level 4 or lower Digimon with the Hybrid trait from your hand without paying its memory cost. So you just get to play out another of your red hybrids for free. Probably a Agunimon, right? Just kind of start that combo back up again. But you could also use that to play out Gigasmon if you have the ability to gain some memory back. And then he can use the on play effect of himself to give himself rush and then swing in again. So that's really nice. And then again, we have the new Ancientgreymon over here, who just inherently has security attack +1, and he has on play or when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon. That comes in handy the most. That's probably the main reason I'd want to bump this guy up to 4, just so I can kind of see that a little more often. But he also has a much better on deletion effect, which is return 1 Tamer card and 1 Hybrid trait Digimon card from your trash to the hand. Then you may play 1 Tamer card from your hand without paying the cost. So you get to immediately add a Tamer and a Hybrid back from your trash to your hand, and then immediately play out a Tamer for free, and thus setting up your next turn and your combos again. He also has the ability to Digicross -3 with Agunimon and Burning Greymon. So he's a 12 play cost. If you just Digicross to play him with the two of them, you're looking at a 6 play cost. You still get the on play to pop something. It's not too bad. I haven't had to do that yet, but it could definitely come up. And then, of course, I'm only playing one level 7, which is the Blitz Omnimon, of course. It is just our way to close out the game. If you manage to swing in with one of these guys, then you can just Blitz Omni for game. So that's pretty much all there is to it for our Digimon, and let's get to our tamers. All right, so for our tamers, we got a lot of Takuyas and 4 analog youth. This is pretty much the main thing I was talking about for being able to kind of gain memory after our attacks and stuff. So he has, for only 2 cost, he has on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card among them to your hand, and trash the remaining cards. Again, this deck is mostly Digimon besides all these tamers here and like 2 options. So pretty easy to get any of our Digimon. And it can even help set up your trash for some other plays you can do, like using the Agunimon to add one of them back to your hand and stuff like that. But also, all turns, when one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, you may suspend this tamer. If you do, gain 1 memory and hatch 1 Digi-Egg to an empty space in your breeding area. And then, of course, security effect to play him. So yeah, that is the main thing. We want to have, if we can have more than one of him out, that's great. Because it just means whenever we swing in with our Ancientgreymon, if he ends up deleting himself, we can suspend 1 or 2 analog use, gain some memory back, potentially keep it our turn. And that was kind of the combo I was talking about with then using the effect to play out this Takuya and Koji combo tamer. They have, of course, security play this card. They're a memory setter. At the start of your turn, set it to 3. Then they have start of your main phase. You can place up to 1 hybrid trait card with different names from your trash under this tamer. For each of your other tamers, add 2 to the maximum number this effect may place. So the main thing you want to place is like our Agunimon that reduces the Digivolution costs, or maybe a Flamemon so that you can play something out on deletion, or whatever you got really after that. But the cool thing about this is its name is also treated as just Takuya separately or Koji separately, so that's what allows us to Digivolve on him specifically. And then the main thing that's great is the inheritable end of turn. Once per turn, this Digimon with hybrid or 10 warriors trait may attack a player. So that's what I was talking about. You can play this out after you delete your Ancientgreymon, and you can suspend the analog use to pull the memory back to your side. You can Digivolve Gigasmon on top of this guy, gives it self rush because this was just played out, and then they give you end of turn, attack a player to swing for game. If you can't set up the Blitz Omnimon for game, so that is another great way to finish them off. But yeah, these are really the main 2 tamers of the deck. I am running 1 of this old Takuya because it does have the effect that you can place 5 cards with the hybrid traits from your trash under this tamer in any order to Digivolve it to an Emperor Greymon in your hand for its Digivolution cost, as if this tamer was a level 5 red Digimon. The cool thing about this is you can attempt to do that effect, place the 5 under it, and then just fail to Digivolve into him. So you can get a ton of inheritable effects. The Agunimon for the -2 Digivolution, like I said, the Aldemon, all that good stuff. And then you could just Digivolve this into Agunimon and then straight to Ancientgreymon and swing in with another security check and having 5 hybrids under it and everything. So that's fun. But otherwise, having the security +1 can be nice sometimes, like I said, with the other Burning Greymon that gives itself +2k. Then we got 2 of this Takuya that is another memory setter, and it also gives inheritable +2k DP, and if you're swinging with 10k and check a security card, you gain 2 memory. Again, that's really nice to pull the memory back on our side and then go into our Blitz Omnimon or something else. And last but not least, we have this other new Takuya that has the start of main phase effect to gain a memory if your opponent has a Digimon. It's really good. I'd actually like to bump this guy up 1 for some more memory, but so far 2 of them has been okay for now. He also has the inheritable get to +2k DP and piercing. So again, the piercing's nice. You don't really need the Flamemon for the piercing. You can use this guy sometimes. But yeah, that is pretty much it for our tamers. Let's just take a quick look at the option cards. All right, like I said a few times, I'm only playing 2 option cards, and that is this awesome Ancient Guardian Deity for only 2 costs. It says, while you have a tamer or a Digimon with the hybrid trait, you may ignore this card's color requirements. and it says you may return 1 Digimon card with the hybrid or 10 warriors trait from your trash to your hand. Then you may play 1 Digimon card with the 10 warriors trait or 1 tamer card with inherited effects from your hand with the play cost reduced by 4. So this is really good. Essentially add something back to our hand. If you Digicross, you can use this effect to play Ancientgreymon and Digicross it. So if you Digicross it, it's -6 and then -4 from this. You only pay 2 for him. So it's a pretty cheap, play cost. If you have at least 4 memory, 2 to play this, 2 to play him, you can pop something. Even if you don't, you're putting your opponent over like maybe 1 or 2 memory and, not giving them too much, and you just blew up something and you've got a big threat sitting there. So not too bad either way. And then also has the security effect that you may play a tamer with inherited effects from your hand or trash without paying the cost, and then add this card to your hand. So yeah, really strong option card. I think 2 of it is just right for me so far. There's not really a lot of other option cards I would add. Maybe Atomic Inferno, because it's so great for only 1 cost to give something plus 3k and security plus 1, but I found myself not really needing it. So that is about it, you guys. Let me know what you think of the deck profile in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button because it does help me out a lot, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. But that's going to do it for this one, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.